Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever around the world you are. I'm so happy that I'm on this stage again, Microsoft Zero to Hero, Microsoft Learn, and have this opportunity to hosting another session at Microsoft Zero to Hero, your community. It's really great session. We are going to learn a lot around Microsoft AI, and it's amazing because we have a great speaker on this stage today, and you are going to learn a lot about very interesting topic. So, as you know, and as the usual, we have some slides here. We have Mihail together with us today. He accepted our request to be on this stage, and it's really great. He's going to talk and actually deep dive into Predictive Analytics using Azure OpenAI, GPT4 turbo models with Vision. It's super interesting. You can use and actually learn a lot based on this session today. Build a lot of solution, build a lot of application tools based on AI solutions. So if you haven't joined to Microsoft Zero to Hero Microsoft community yet, aka.ms join Zero to Hero is the short link. Just type it in browser. You will navigate it to a form, fill it out the form, and then after 24 hours, you can be part of Microsoft Learning Rooms, which is Microsoft Zero to Hero. So don't miss that. And also make sure that you are following us on YouTube, LinkedIn, X social medias. And basically, we are announcing a lot of things on our social medias, and we are looking forward to see you on Microsoft Zero to Hero social medias. So with that said, let's go for the next slide. So about Microsoft Learn, it's enough big that you already heard about that. Microsoft Learn community is the richest place that basically you can learn, you can share. We have a lot of Microsoft Learning Rooms inside Microsoft Learn community, and Microsoft Zero to Hero is one of those Microsoft Learning Rooms. Make sure that you join in Microsoft Learn community if you want to get latest updates, news, and also if you want to connect to Microsoft Learn experts or even other experts, or if you have something to share. So Microsoft Learn community is the great place that you can be there, you can learn, and you can enjoy learning with the Microsoft Learn community. So don't miss that. If you want to learn more about Microsoft Learn, aka.ms/Microsoft Learn community, or if you want to learn more about other Microsoft community, or let's say Microsoft Learn learning rooms, aka.ms/learning rooms is waiting for you. And as always, Hamid says, don't forget, make Microsoft Learn your homepage. And it's really great to learn more in a Microsoft, let's say, standards. So if you heard about Microsoft Apply Scaled, don't miss that. It's a really great opportunity that you can basically test yourself. And this slide that we have here, we have Microsoft certifications, role-based, and fundamentals, and so on, which is you have to register, you have to join to the exam sessions, and you have a time frame, then you have to try to pass the exam. But in Microsoft Apply Scale, basically you have this opportunity to test yourself in a real lab, and it's really great. So you can test yourself, you can join Microsoft Apply Skills for a specific plan, a specific exams. So don't miss that, and it's really great because you are not limited to the time, or you can easily register if you couldn't pass the exam after 24 hours, and it's free, which is really great. So don't miss that, and make sure that you have tried Microsoft Apply Skills. So as you know, best questions in our community, in our live sessions, will receive 50% discount of Microsoft Fundamental or Advanced exam. So don't forget to ask your questions from Mihail today. And at the end of the presentation, he will select the best question, and we will have a winner. So Microsoft Backyard. If you haven't watched the first episode of Microsoft Backyard, we recommended you to check the video inside our YouTube channel. This is a great opportunity. So basically, you can inspire by things that you can listen from one of the great Microsoft employees, Craig Hager. So don't miss that. Make sure that you watch this first episode, and second episode will be released soon. I guess calendar, we already had one. Today is the second session. We are together with Mihail, and make sure that you have registered for other sessions as well. August is the one of the months that we have a plan of 30 days challenge in Microsoft Learn. So this calendar somehow optimized for you to be able to go through that 30 days challenge. So the last one is the code of conduct. So we expect you to be aware of others, be friendly and passionate, be welcoming and respectful, be open to all questions and viewpoints, be understanding of differences, be kind and considerate to the others. So I'm done with my slides. Bring Mihail to the stage. Hi, Mihail.
Hello, thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy that today we can talk about predictive analytics and OpenAI using images and video content, and of course, latest models of GPT.
Yeah, it's great. We are so happy that have you on this stage, Microsoft Zero to Hero stage. And I believe today we are going to learn a lot from you. And this video will be available on our YouTube channel. So if you want to watch the recorded session, it's free. Check our YouTube channel or LinkedIn, and you can rewatch this session, which is, I believe, it's really necessary because you are going to amaze us by the content that you are sharing today. Perfect. So I don't want to take too much of this valuable time, and I bring up your slides, and the stage is yours.
Thank you again. We will talk about predictive analytics, and session is prepared using OpenAI GPT-4 Turbo with Vision, but everything is also valid for GPT-4o. Even some of samples are done with bot models, and I kindly recommend to use GPT-4o because it is faster, cheaper, and will be supported from a long time. So let's try to start. I will not spend a lot of time about myself. I'm in Azure community from a long time, and last 3 years have more focus on OpenAI and what is available in Azure with OpenAI. The whole industry is going there. Also, I'm um, with much more scientific focus. That means part of my time I contribute writing scientific articles. So some of the things that are related to predictive analytics are not just for fun, but also they are based on some analysis related to more serious research. The topic is quite complex, so I will cover just small part of this topic because yeah, we cannot cover everything for 1 hour, but feel free to contact me later, also after the presentation via LinkedIn, email. I will be happy to answer and share my experience because the most important in the community is to share experience, to help each other, to know more and stay better. We will cover some general things about OpenAI and especially what we have related to vision and image analysis and video analysis because some people who are joining this session or watching later maybe will have not the whole context. And after that, I will go to some specifics, and of course, we will have some demos. Demos can be implemented in different way, but to be easier for wider area of people to understand how concept works, usually I prefer to demonstrate using simpler methods, using REST API, using tools like Postman, using Power Automate, where most of the things can be relatively easy for understanding from people with different background and experience. So, maybe many of you know a lot about Azure AI, which is supported from years, and sometimes there is also misunderstanding what is the difference, what is the similar related to new OpenAI models. I mean, everything with GPT4. Actually, Turbo with Vision is supported from April for all newer releases, GPT-4o and future releases. Why we have actually for image analysis, different um, AI models, and what is the specific. First, I will go with few things related to OpenAI in general, because predictive analytics includes just like one part image analysis, and we need to remind that actually OpenAI models are several groups, and for GPT we are considering also completion models and chat models. Some models can use both API endpoints for completions and chat. For people who maybe didn't experiment a lot, completion models actually allow us to have one-shot um, interaction with OpenAI. That means to describe very well the task and to expect to receive maximum precise answer. And chat API endpoints allow us with many clarifications, finally, to have whatever we want. We are using both in most of concepts, but usually in examples, completions are easier to demonstrate automation because um, chat conversation includes a little bit more complex scenario. So I will show you more samples related to completion API endpoints. And this is actually something that is related to implementation, usually depending on if you are using OpenAI API using OpenAI Consortium, or if you are using Azure OpenAI, you have different um, APIs, but you have in any case different endpoints for chat and for completions. This is something that will be part of our example. About image analysis, we have the following specifics. From one side, we have actually traditional AI models that are quite good for detecting of some specific objects. That means object recognition and some other tasks, but they are not able to have detailed description of some image and to analyze um, the semantics, the meaning of specific image so good like LLMs, for example. Um, LLMs allow to have deep analysis of specific content, but from another hand, sometimes it is too powerful for some more simple tasks. For example, if we have video and we need to get some frames from the video and to analyze some things, for example, to detect some objects, usually for such kind of scenarios, we can use bot. We can use OpenAI chat GPT models. We can use these models together with computer vision offered from Azure AI. Also, for people who have no experience, there are two different portals for main work with traditional AI models. That means AI models that are trained to have some specific task like classification, object detecting, and OpenAI Studio, Azure OpenAI Studio is focused on management of OpenAI models and everything around new LLM models. When we are talking about the two approach, can summarize that um, sometimes the best option is to use it together. Um, Azure AI vision give us this advantage to have sometimes for simpler task cheaper solution, and GPT-4 Turbo and GPT-4o can make deep analysis related to any kind of image and video content, and we can use it in a smart way to have optimization. I will talk about optimization a little bit later. We will talk about latest models because GPT-4o allow also to have some better performance metric. If you see in this uh, screen, actually after April, sorry, GPT-4 Turbo allows all these features that I'm talking here, and you can use any of these GPT-4 Turbo next models to have such kind of analysis. GPT-4o is actually next evolution where we have everything that is available for GPT-4 Turbo, but actually it is relatively 2 times cheaper and 2 times faster. So I kindly recommend, if you start to work with image analysis and even more serious um, use cases, having predictive analytics, to use GPT-4o. All next models is expected to support the same functionalities, so you can consider also in the future to use new models. Well, let's see what kind of important things we have and why we are talking about predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is one of the four main types of analytics, and usually we consider this even outside of AI. We have prescriptive analytics, we have predictive analytics, we have descriptive analytics, and we are able to have from one side good understanding what we have now, some insights what can happen, and also some recommendations what need to be taken like actions to prevent some possible issues in the future. In general, using OpenAI and different types of artificial intelligence, we can cover all these type of analysis. Also, I missed diagnostic one, but our focus is in area where we are getting maximum value. That means we can save effort, money for the business and different organizations, and to manage possible future cases in the best way. Usually, for such kind of things, one of the most possible approaches is when we have video and image content. This content can be analyzed, and based on this analysis, we have some future steps. Let's go a little about the tooling. We can have different tooling. It is possible to implement such kind of solutions as I explained in different ways. What I will do is to try, maybe depending on the time also, um, different platforms. Again, for sure, REST API, Power Automate, and Visual Studio, and some .NET code also as option. Let's see about predictive analytics, some real life scenario. Uh, Quite often, we need to have analysis of the state of some systems. These systems can be different. My scientific focus is mostly in construction, but the case is absolutely the same for different areas of manufacturing. You can have actually video and image recordings related to some system. This information can be sent to storage. This storage can be in Azure, but it is not so important for the high-level scenario. This is traditional IoT functionality. After that, we can have analysis of this image content, and this analysis can have several steps. First step is to have description of the image. This description of the image actually will give us content that after that can be analyzed several times more in different steps. Again, with AI, we can have the same or different models. I will go back to these details maybe a little later. And next steps actually will get some insights from the description of the image, and will recommend some future steps. Here, I will go later also to the case how we can optimize um, usage of image and video content, because many of you know about uh, embeddings and RAG, retrieval augmented generation. It works pretty well with text content, and has some specifics, having, for example, content that is video and images. If we are talking about more extended schema, we need to have for the whole solution and the flow with several steps scenario, usually coordination logic. This coordination logic can be implemented again in a different way with different technologies. We need to have several step approach. It is not possible to have prediction insights just with one shot. Usually, to have such kinds of scenarios, you can implement in production solutions with any kind of technology, but for prototyping, I prefer to use something simple, like, for example, Power Automate. The only one thing that you need to understand is some foundation related to OpenAI API and some base understanding about technology that you are using. Again, it could be Power Automate, it could be something different. Such kind of solutions uh, cannot be done so easy extending Copilot because Copilot is something that is usually focused on a specific context. You can make such kind of solution with own Copilot, having AI assistant, but this is another topic. I don't recommend to try implementation for solutions for predictive analytics from the beginning, extending Copilot API, which is theoretically possible, but again, it is much more complex. The simplest solution is to have work with OpenAI API and RAG, but outside of the more complex design of Copilot model. Before to start with samples, I would like also to add several notes related to optimization, because everything related to OpenAI is to use AI as a service. AI as a service for prototyping is easy, nice. You can be focused on the main problem, not spending much time to solve some supporting tasks. But when you need to have a solution with high load, a lot of requests, we are going immediately to think about optimization. And here are a lot of things that are sometimes challenging, especially for images and video content. The state of art is relatively clear. Here we need to have for optimization uh, several different steps, and each step is related to different approach. First step is, of course, to have correct formalization of the requests. That means prompt engineering. And after that, we have embeddings, where we need to get some information about content, about the semantics of the content, because different content can have similar meaning, and that means similar semantics. And here, exactly, embeddings helping a lot. You can have embeddings offered from OpenAI. You can have also a similar approach using some open source libraries if it is reasonable for your specific solution. You can build in-house service with custom logic, um, sharing some of open source libraries and algorithms, or trying to make your own. Embeddings are more challenging for images. I will go back to this case. When we have option to implement embeddings, we can store this description of content into database, and we can have storage where we have from one side vectors explaining the semantic similarity plus answers. Uh, if we have this information, we can have retrieval augmented generation. That means we are asking first database. When we are asking database, depend on causing similarity between vectors, we can have directly answer from database or to put the most similar answers like context to have more precise answers from OpenAI. When we have RAG, we already starting to collect information for our next future step. When we have a lot of content as data, we can use these to have also fine tuning because fine tuning allow us to train relatively cheap um, some additions to the main model and to have actually fine tuning which is on cost reasonable price. We can do this uh, relatively easy without deep knowledge using Azure OpenAI. We will have no demos exactly in this area because it is a little more longer for demonstration and details. But if someone is interested later, we can discuss also possible cases. Um, if we have solutions where load is even higher, we can go to dedicated instances. For OpenAI, it is something that I will try to explain a little later. Simplifying the context for optimization, we have actually prompt engineering. We have after that RAG, that will be built based on embeddings. When we have enough data, we will implement fine tuning. When fine tuning is not enough, we can go in several directions. One is to have custom trained models, which can be requested on specific cost, and also for high load to have dedicated instances. These are two different directions. Dedicated instances are solving our case with very high load, and custom trained models are solving the case with very high precise answers when we need to solve such kind of answers. And I'm trying also to explain the small difference between fine tuning and pre-trained models. Pre-trained models you can request, your organization can request such kind of service from OpenAI, and it is something that will not be done just automatically. You need to actually send requests, you need to explain what you need to do, you need to share your data and your case will be assessed and you will have some specific offer for this. Fine tuning is formal process where everyone can use data with questions and answers that can be generated in different way, also using retrieval augmented generation. And it is something easy where you have no need to have special communication with OpenAI team, and you can do it immediately when you have data. I'm explaining also with this simple schema how embeddings actually work. If you have specific context with specific meaning, different parameters of this context, if you imagine that it is text, for example, can be represented with different values. And you can have multidimensional vectors. Again, this is not something that can be done only in one way. OpenAI offers like a service API endpoint to get embeddings, but it is also doable to have your own solution with own algorithms for generation of embeddings, depending on what you want to have. The good thing with OpenAI is that they have quite good analysis, and their vectors actually are quite good performing. And also, you have no need to implement own algorithms for this. You have no need to spend time. You have no need to uh, find the right algorithm for your solution. So this is maybe the most important, interesting case, which actually often also can be considered, is if you have more complex cases, what you need to do. Because imagine we have one image of one system, and we are analyzing this image, and we receive some answer. This answer can be precise, but it is actually one task. If we have complex system and we have, for example, many parts of the context, many images, let's put in our case scenario. We need to have, in this case, many small requests. These small requests will have their answers, and you can have on top of this already request that will try to have answer for big part of the solution. For example, what is the state, what need to be done. Quite often, um, solutions that work with more complex cases need to have this kind of split of the overall case, and it is normal for systems that are working on predictive analytics in general. You can see many sample um, projects in GitHub for rack implementations. The simplest use Azure AI Search, because for some other you need to have actually deployment of infrastructure like Cosmos DB, for example, or some other services like alternatives. You can try to use AI analysis with RAC, and to see what is the difference with preciseness, performance, and price as service. So I'm coming to the main case before to continue with few um, demos, because we have not much time. Retrieval augmented generation for images and video, because uh, initially this context is mostly developed for text, and pretty soon stay clear that images and video content also are some of the main cases where we need to have similar solutions. So um, we can have several different options. We can use um, embeddings that are implemented as frameworks, or as software as a service from different third-party organizations. I just put here several samples. There are a lot of free content. This is one of the options. Another one offered from OpenAI is related to so-named clip embeddings or contrastive language image pre-training. Usually we have such kind of scenario when we have text and images. It can be used in our scenarios. It is actually API offered from OpenAI before to have GPT-4. That means it is available also for different kind of models. You are able to have solutions not up to latest GPT models. It is a good option. You can use it, but you need to have some additional logic here because you need to add description to your images and related text, and you need to make this in your custom logic. Another option is to have actually several step analysis where you can generate description from images. What I will demonstrate, not exactly related to RAG, but you can use also embeddings approach here. You can have detailed description of the images, depends on what you want to analyze and what kind of similarity you want to achieve. And after that, you can have embeddings related to the image description. Again, it is not similarity of the exact image, but similarity about the description. In some cases, it is more than enough to have after that um, searching for similar cases, but I cannot summarize it because depends on the cases. Sometimes it's enough precise. Sometimes you need to go into approaches where you need to look for real deeper similarity between images. You can also make it simpler if you want to have your solutions in the context of Copilot using AI Assistant API, because AI Assistant API from one side allow you to make your own Copilot in a specific custom solution, but from another hand, it implements um, retrieval augmented generation behind the stage. So here usually you have no need to think about this. Just if you have not so complex analysis and you want to have experience which is a copilot, you can use it here. And before demos, just few words about dedicated instances. When you have really high load, a lot of requests, and your AI as a service start to stay extremely expensive, you can go to dedicated instances. For dedicated instances, this is simple schema. How is the cost? Cost really usually is 5 to 6 digit numbers, but for big organizations, for extremely high load, you can have commitment where with this kind of load, your total cost will be much lower than if you are using pay-as-you-go approach. So now it is time for demos. For the demos, I will try to implement several samples using preliminary simple tools. before to go to samples, I will explain what we have. I'm using OpenAI in Azure, and I already created service where I have some deployments. I'm spending a few seconds just to pass through these steps and to explain several details. Opening OpenAI Studio, I will just show the models that explaining for this. Let's see. Maybe maybe at the moment loading of the UI is a little slower, but now it's almost okay. To not wait, I will go to models and deployments. So I have already deployed GPT Turbo Vision and GPT4O. I deployed exactly in Sweden region, so for people from Europe like me, this location will give relatively good response. Let's now try to explain with Postman what I did. I'm calling the endpoint and give me 1 second because yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm calling the endpoint with description, where in the description I have, for simplification, already uploaded one image. I'm using a data set with images of Rusty structures. They're free from US constructions. I'm sharing all this information later. You can see it. When we have such kind of solution, I'm asking for the first shot for a response where a response of this request should give us actually an explanation what we have of our image. And after that, I'm sending one more request where I'm making analysis of the image description. To make the things simpler, I will show everything in one Power Automate flow. I prepared the following flow. So I have one step where I'm sending the same request to deployed already OpenAI model using Azure OpenAI. Here in step 1, I have just analysis of the image. Our response should be parsed. Parsing of the JSON is done in several steps. After that, I will not go into much details. I'm sending second request. In the second request, I already asking OpenAI, can you see here corrosion described on this description, and I'm putting actually variable getting the part of the answer from the first request. After that, I have several steps with analyzing of the response because we are working here with JSON. And if we have such kind of confirmation that there are specific um, things in our construction, I'm sending email with specific explanation. Here, depending on preciseness of the analysis, it is possible to have more steps, where in each next step, it is possible to make additional clarification, and it is possible to have better insights. Of course, this is sample for uh, this short limited time, and I'm not able to go in so deep details, but let's try to make it now. So going to, going back to our flow, I will try to test it. I have already test results, so it is possible even to make test with some of the latest results. How fast everything works depends on, of course, what kind of request we have, what is the load at the moment, what is the latency where we stay. So it is something that is difficult to be predicted. It could be less than 1 second, it could be several seconds, but let's see. Now we have the first step. We have here actually response. In the response of our step, we have description of the image. After that, we have parsing. I will not spend your time with parsing. And after that, in the second step, I have already explanation about if my clarification questions, do you have here elements we trust and some other things are correct. I'm simplifying here the answer with some filtering, so it is possible to have condition. And after that, I'm sending simple email. This simple email, even I think I can show after that in my mailbox. This is one relatively simple scenario how we can make such kind of solutions. Yes, the email is received. You can see here the result of the analysis. Again, I'm showing pretty simple scenario. You can see that using especially GPT-4 Turbo and now GPT-4o, you can have multimodal analysis. Multimodal, that means you are able to analyze text and images. It is possible to have initial analysis of images, and based on this, it is possible to have after that more or less steps of clarification. Depending on what you want to clarify, next steps can be done also using different models. If for some reasons GPT-4 models are more costly, but you can have preciseness with, for example, GPT 3.5 Turbo, it is possible some of next steps to be done also using cheaper models. The good thing is that with several steps, you are able to prototype a relatively complex scenario where you can analyze one or set of images and video content, and based on this to get insight, based on this to make recommendations. Solution that usually takes days or weeks even for simple prototyping can be done for 1 to 2 hours from zero. This sample, absolutely from zero, take me, yeah, between 1 and 2 hours to make everything with testing and fixing some bugs. So I can say OpenAI give you very good opportunity now to make fast, easy, simple prototyping, making a proof of concept so you can see in some specific scenarios if your assumptions are correct, how everything works, and to see results from analysis that you want to make. You can make it first with some low code, no code tool like Power Automate. You can use it with REST and any kind of additional framework. You can use also, if you prefer, SDKs. Actually, Microsoft offer for Azure OpenAI SDKs on many languages, including also .NET, Java, Python. You are able also to use directly OpenAI API, but I kindly recommend you to use API using Azure, because using Azure, you have more flexibility. You can deploy models, you can control more flexible how many tokens to consume, you can have better control on security, and you can control in which region you are using these models. Because if you are using directly OpenAI Consortium API, it is actually API as a service. Everything behind the stage is hidden for you. You don't know how they make routing, and it is a little more challenging to make optimizations for your solutions. So that is the most important that I wanted to share. Again, example is pretty simple, but easy. You can extend it to cover complex scenarios, and any kind of future optimizations using embeddings and retrieval augmented generations and everything after that are really interesting when we have image and video content. I like to play with such kind of tasks and hope you also will be interested to experiment and maybe to uh, find some new future, new challenges, new projects, and new technologies that you like. I think we are on time.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Mihail. It was really good. We learned a lot of good things, and I believe these things that you explained regarding this AI, image analytics and so on, it's really great because people can create a lot of application, and they can leverage these things that you learned with us to build different solution. It was really great. Thank you so much for this great sharing that you had with us.
I really enjoyed this session and appreciate very high that you invited me. Um, I'm always happy to talk about Azure AI and especially OpenAI and what we can do in real use cases, not just what we can do like software engineers, but what we can do to help industry and help customers with these new technologies.
Exactly. That's really great. So we don't have any questions. So I believe that the way that you explain it, it was very great because not only we learned new things, but also it was really great to understand things in a best way. So I believe that's why there were no question, to be honest, because you explain everything clearly. So people who has question, or if you watch this session and then you got some question, then no worries, just connect with Mihail in social medias and he will explain everything to you. So actually there is a question now, so let me bring it up into the screen now. So thank you, great talk. Have you seen any multimodal image and text implementation in genomics field, especially in identifying streaming DNA data coming out of sequencers?
That's interesting. I have no such kind of experience, but I will take attention on this note and I will check and we can
Yeah.
discuss later offline.
Exactly. So, Gnani, if you want to get the final answer, I suggest you to connect to Mihail. So you definitely will receive your answer. So perfect. Thank you so much again, Mihail. I hope see you soon again on Microsoft Zero to Your stage, because I know you have another interesting topic, but very soon in coming month we will have you again on this stage. Thank you so much that you were with us today at Microsoft Zero to Your stage.
Thanks again for invitation and for everyone, enjoy Azure AI and especially Azure OpenAI.
Amazing.